Mainit-init pa. Very exciting. Hello everyone. I'm Chefmom Rosebud. Welcome to another episode of US Pork. It's the best. So napanood nyo na ba yung aking previous video wherein I shared US pork stew with pumpkin? Kung hindi nyo napanood yan, don't worry. I'll be sharing down below yung link para mapanood nyo. At dahil nga November na, Christmas is just around the corner. So I decided to share with you a recipe today na pwede nyong i-gift, pwedeng ibenta, at pwede nyo ring i-share with your family for the holiday season using, of course, US pork, grain-fed to perfection. Today, I will be sharing with you my US pork shepherd's pie. Look for the sticker pag bibili kayo. A welcome change sa ating mga pork dish. Piping hot pa para mas masarap. Ayan, so like what I mentioned earlier, ang i-share ko sa inyong recipe for today is something that you could do for the holiday season. Pwede siyang pang gift giving, pwede rin siyang pang negosyo, and of course, sa mga potluck parties natin. So hindi ko na patatagalin pa. Let's first get our US pork from the chiller. For this recipe, ang gagamitin ko ay US pork loin. How will you know if what you're buying is US pork? Of course, always look for the sticker. At syempre, ipa-flash namin sa screen ninyo kung saan mga groceries and supermarkets kayo pwedeng bumili ng US pork. You know, one thing I like about the US pork is that their livestock health programs and monitoring are conducted and operated by the USDA Food Inspection Service, which is also recognized by our NMIS. And US pig farmers are up to date with the best knowledge and practices about pig farming. So, pag US pork ang bibili nyo, talagang quality ang inyong binibili. So, anyway, again, balik na tayo sa ating recipe. I'm using US pork loin. So, what I'm gonna do about this is, syempre, pag straight from the chiller, of course, you should have thought it out. And then, I will coarsely chop it or shred it para sa aking US pork shepherd's pie. Syempre, meron na akong nagawa ahead of time. This is it. Ito na, meron na siya. So, what I'm gonna do with this, dahil yung ating US pork loin medyo hindi siya fatty, hindi siya ganun ka-fatty, I'm just gonna dust this with a little bit of cornstarch or corn flour to make sure that when we cook it and bake it later, mariretain pa rin yung moisture sa ating US pork. So don't worry, my hands are clean. Let me just dust some more of the cornstarch there. Just to make sure that we lock in the moisture sa ating meat and we don't dry it out during the cooking process. Painitin na natin muna ang ating pan. So this is shepherd's pie. I'm gonna be baking it again later after I cook it here. So nagpapainit na ako ngayon ng ating oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or around 185 degrees Celsius. Tama bang math ko? Tama yan. So anyway, painitin na natin yung ating mantika. So you could use any kind of oil for this. Baka nagtataka kayo, bakit shepherd's pie? Actually, ang first name ng shepherd's pie, it originated in the 18th century. Ang tawag dito talaga, cottage pie. But then people started making it with lamb meat. Kaya pinalitan nila sa shepherd's pie. Kasi syempre, di ba, the shepherd takes care of the sheep. So, one trivia for all of you guys. So, mainit na yung ating mantika. Let's now add in our onions. So, I'm using white onions. So, we'll just cook this until it's white and translucent. There. So, katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, itong dish na to, pwede nyo itong pang-negosyo during the holiday season. Siyempre, marami talaga who likes receiving food as gifts for the holidays. Isa na ako dun. So, pag ginamit nyo yung US pork for this dish, di ba, mas magiging saleable siya. Pwede nyo gamitin, di ba? When you sell it, pwede nyo ilagay made with US pork para mas maging premium yung inyong product. Kasi syempre, pag sinabi mong US pork, we know that it's of good quality. Alam nating mas masarap yung lasa, di ba? At talaga namang, it actually gives us a sweeter taste kasi nga it's grain-fed to perfection. Yan. Okay, so now we could add in our garlic. There. Pag pumunta kayo sa groceries at maghanap kayo ng US pork, yung loin is actually sold as tonkatsu cut. So, yun ang hanapin ninyo sa mga supermarkets. And then we have here our pork na nadas ko na nga ng cornstarch or corn flour. I will also just season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. There. And then we'll throw it in our saute pan together with our vegetables. So there. Okay, so let's just separate that. So you want to cook this until mag-brown lang siya. We don't want to overcook it kasi nga we don't want to dry out our pork. So, diba, this is something that's unusual. Pag pork dishes kasi usually, alam mo, may sabaw, lalagay sa kanin, diba? But this is something that is actually a welcome change sa ating mga pork dishes. So, once you see na nag-change na yung color, ayan, we don't want to overcook this like I said. We're now gonna be adding in our mixed vegetables. So, we have here green peas, corn, and carrots. And let me add a little bit more of the carrots. I mean the corn. Carrots tuloy. Dagdag pa tayo ng konting sweet corn. So let's just mix it all. Ang ganda ng kulay, diba? Very festive. And then, okay, we add in more of we season it some more with some salt and pepper. So this is actually a very easy recipe. Na, I don't know if you're all familiar with this, but, huwag kayo ma-intimidate when you hear the recipe shepherd's pie kasi napakadali lang niyang gawin. Tapos ang taray pa, pag halimbawa ibibigay niyo as a gift sa Pasko, di ba? Parang ano yan? O, meron ako regalo dyan, shepherd's pie, di ba? Social. Made with US pork. No other than US pork, di ba? None other than US pork. So, mas lalo pang sumosyal. There. Okay, now we add in our barbecue sauce. You could make your own barbecue sauce, but you could also use yung mga store-bought. So, lagay lang natin dyan. Okay, let me check. So, we'll just let this cook in the sauce. Okay, let's lower the heat. Yan, let the sauce combine together with our ingredients. Okay, with our pork, with the mixed vegetables, and everything else. Ayan. Ayan, so na-absorb na ng ating meat yung barbecue sauce. Let me just try it first. Siguraduhin nating malasa na siya at masarap. Sarap. Exciting to. So this is done. Let me turn off the heat already. Let's just continue to mix. Okay, and then we will layer it now dun sa ating oven-proof dish. Okay, so we already have here our mashed potato, our cheese, and our oven-proof dish. So I'm using a 9x13 pan. Tapos meron na rin siyang butter to grease the bottom of our pan. Kung ito ay gagamitin nyo pang regalo o kaya ay ipang business nyo, pwede kayong gumamit ng mga aluminum pans. Maraming mabibili niyan sa inyong groceries. Pero kung halimbawa pang bahay, diba? At isa-serve niyo sa pamilya nyo, itong gamitin nyo na pan. So, let's just layer the bottom part with our US pork and mixed vegetable mixture. Oh, look at that. Piping hot pa siya. Parang merong steam na pumunta sa mukha ko. Ayan. Ang ganda tignan, diba? Very attractive to look at. And now we will top this off with our mashed potatoes. So, kuha lang tayo ng spoon. Of course, yung mashed potatoes, alam niyo naman paano gumawa nito, di ba? Patatas lang to na binalatan, tapos chinop at binoil. Ayan. So, we'll just place our potatoes on top. Kuha pa ako ng spoon. We'll just spoon this. Pwede rin naman, if you want, you could also pipe it. It's up to you. Just make sure that you spread it on top of our shepherd's pie. Ayan, so sinisimot ko na lang yung mashed potato. Make sure that all the areas are covered. Ayan. There, and then we just smoothen this out a little. Or flatten it. Hindi naman mas smooth talaga to ng perfectly. So, medyo rustic ang ating dish. Rustic look. There. And then, we top this with some grated cheddar cheese. So, make sure, ay, natap. Yan, make sure lang na merong cheese lahat ng ating top part para mas masarap, mas special. Lalo na kung ipang-business nyo to at pang-re-regalo, kahit naman pang pamilya nyo nga. Of course, we should always make our food special all the time. Okay, so nalagyan na natin yung cheese on top of our US pork shepherd's pie. Lagyan na natin to sa oven and we'll just bake this for around 10 to 15 minutes hanggang mag-melt lang yung cheese kasi luto na naman lahat ng components natin. So, let's go! Okay, let us check. Ayan, melted na yung cheese. Let's check it out. Very nice. Exciting. Ito, let's go to the kitchen. Ayan, so tapos na naman ang isang episode ng US Pork It's the Best. Medyo nabitin ba kayo? I'm sure natakam kayo kasi napakasarap ng dish na ginawa ko for today. So sa mga nanonood ngayon, I hope that you learned something new. And if you are going to recreate this dish, syempre ang gamitin natin yung US pork. Will be flashing on the screen where you can buy US pork products. Basta make sure that you look for the US pork sticker. And of course, like the USMEF ASEAN page to know where you can buy their products and to get updated with their upcoming promos. Doon nga pala sa mga subscribers ko at nanonood ngayon, please do take a photo of your product or of your finished product and tag me on my Instagram and Facebook account para naman makita ko yung inyong mga creations. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Like always, don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and to subscribe to my channel kasi marami pa akong mga isi-share na recipes para sa inyo. And speaking of recipes, syempre, malapit ng December, malapit ng Christmas. Next month, yung Christmas episode ng US Pork It's the Best, mag-share ko ng isang special recipe to celebrate and commemorate the birth of our Jesus Christ. Ayan, again, thank you so much for joining me. This is Chefmom Rosebud. See you again next month for another episode of US Pork It's the Best. Siyempre, best part, kainan time habang mainit-init pa. Look at that! Masarap! Try this at home. Napakasarap.